Hello and thanks for joining us for the Sports Break podcast. If you're watching this video, we got to be honest with you. Our microphone did not work throughout most of it for the first start of it when we did our episode with my brother-in-law. So I do apologize for that, but hope you guys do enjoy the rest of the video and leave a like and a comment and let us know what you guys think.
What about Mayfield? Do you see Mayfield ending up as a Panther, maybe?
That was actually going to be one of my biggest questions because I knew we were going to talk about Deshaun Watson a lot, but I felt like if we're answering the question of as it pertains to Baker Mayfield, I don't know because the Panthers just got done with an experiment of a guy like Sam Darnold that they thought was going to work out and end up being a big deal. And I'm going to stand right in front of the bus here and admit that I was also one of those people who's like, yeah, Sam Darnold is going to be great. Didn't end up like that. But I do think because I felt he was on the Jets, give me a break. Now Zach Wilson's there. But overall, I truly believe that Baker he's not the kind of quarterback that elevates a team. Now I think he is, you can win a Super Bowl with Baker Mayfield. Now I don't know if the question is, if he's that top tier quarterback that can necessarily lead you there. Again, I think he's that guy you can win one with. If it's pretty much perfect, got a great defense, good running game, and he can be there to orchestrate things in an effective way. Yes, I think he's that guy, but I don't think he's the guy that is going to put them over the top. So, what are your thoughts? What is the best possible scenario for a guy like Baker Mayfield?
For me, like you said, the Sam Darnold thing, what do the Panthers have to lose by trying somebody new in there? Well, nothing, because that's where they were when they started. So with Mayfield, I feel like his ceiling was a lot higher. Oklahoma's a pretty good program, right?
Yeah.
So if you can get him to a good franchise or somebody that can, get him where he needs to be or give him what he needs, who knows? But we haven't seen that yet. He did have some good weapons there, but maybe he didn't have the belief or the right system. It's hard to say exactly what. We don't know all the intricate workings of how that works, but is he washed up yet? I think it's too early to see. If Carson Wentz is getting third, fourth chances, I mean, Baker Mayfield's certainly worth another look on a different team. I mean, Look at, they wrote him off for 10 years. He's out the door and he has a ring on his finger already. So
that's true. The biggest thing for me, though, is if he goes to the Panthers. Now, the Panthers have weapons. Robbie Anderson, DJ Moore, guys, Christian McCaffrey. I have said it from the very beginning, and I'll continue to say it. Teams, I think it was actually Daniel Jeremiah, I think it was either Daniel Jeremiah or somebody from NFL Network that pointed out championship running backs running backs that win a championship aren't highly paid. Guys like James White from the Patriots. I think LeGarrette Blount was a name that came up with the Eagles a couple of years back. Damian Williams with the Chiefs a couple of years ago. Even this last year. Now, Joe Mixon is kind of an anomaly. I mean, I didn't win, but I mean, he made it there. But if you think about who was it? Like Josh Kelly, all those guys for the Rams last year. So there's not top running backs that actually get paid and win Super Bowls. So as it pertains to Christian McCaffrey, I mean, they've tried trading him in the past. I think it's important to try to get, because a guy like Chuba Hubbard, who was drafted literally in the 4th round last year, I would argue was more valuable to them than Christian McCaffrey was for the time he was on the field. Like, Chuba Hubbard was very respectable in terms of catching the football, running the football, and as a blocker too. Like he was, I mean, his value for what he was able to play on the field as opposed to Christian McCaffrey and his availability, I would argue it's at least similar in terms of value, or maybe Chuba has him by a little bit. But overall, my question, I guess, if he goes to the Panthers, on paper, are the Panthers a better football team than the Browns? Because he couldn't make it with the Browns. Like, he wasn't able to get to the playoffs with the Browns. Now, the Panthers have a good defense, like just fast, agile, Brian Burns, Jeremy Chin, all those boys. They did lose Hassan Reddick, though, so I'm kind of interested to see what they're going to do with that to fill that edge piece. But overall, they've got an exciting defense. But on offense, I felt like they just needed a guy to orchestrate and kind of fill it out. Now, Baker Mayfield was injured last year. I think he was kind of going through a shoulder injury, so I think that needs to be considered as well. But I think it would be interesting to start him out at the Panthers to see what happens. I mean, what's the worst that could happen? Your quarterback is the worst player on your team, or it just isn't it? Okay, that's what the Panthers have been dealing with for the last couple of years. Now, I will raise one more question. I don't know if Matt Rule and the current GM of the Panthers can, I don't know if they can stand there for another year and be Scott Fitterer. That's who it was. If Matt Rule and Scott Fitterer, I don't know if they can stay there another year and not produce, or at least get them to the playoffs.